So hey guys, today's a new video, and yeah, it's a new event, and not much else to it, honestly. It's the third Hokage and Danzo. So, how shall I put this? It's a good event, but it's not the best event, basically. For me, it's just a filler event, honestly. I have Danzo Diamond, and I haven't even started, the third Hokage, but, eventually, I will have to if I want him for a collection, but I figure I have enough time to get him eventually. So yeah, a lot of the items go to tier 4 now, so I don't know about the Diamond Cudgel or the third Ninja Suit, but they do go to tier 4 now. The 11 Sharingan, that does go to tier 4 now. You need, what's it called? I do believe 12? No, no, not 12. 35, Wall of Fire, yeah. Oh no, 35 Uchiha's Nightmare to train it up. It's in the ring slot. I'll be completely honest. It gives you quite a bit of HP for for a ring item. Quite honestly, as you can see at level 99, tier 4, it gives you 151k stamina. That's quite a bit, honestly. At the very least, 100k CP to any card you equip it to. So that's always a nice bonus. But really, that's the newest thing in this event. Everything else is just part of the course, honestly. The reward for a bronze stanza, you get a big toad sage times 20, level 6 pill scroll package times 5. If you have them silver, you're gonna get the exclusive equipment 11 Sharingan. If you have them gold, you're gonna get the refining material for the 11 Sharingan. If you have them diamond, you're gonna get the skin called Kotomatsukami Danzo now. What it does, it gives you a skill which is called the reverse force symbol sealing 1 style. Cause massive damage and seal one enemy. Cannot move until this enemy dies. With probability, randomly deal one enemy. Cannot move until this enemy dies. So what that means is that when that enemy is sealed, it's not going to be able to move until it dies, the enemy itself. So say I seal Hashirama. Hashirama is not going to be able to move until Hashirama dies. So essentially, whichever comes first, either Hashirama dies or the battle ends. Either due to him dying or the 30 rounds running its course. So, I mean, it does a lot of damage and it seals out an enemy, which could be useful, but I'll see. I'll test it out tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. 2 days from now, whenever it's gonna the event ends and I get the reward. Now, if you have a diamond Sarutobi, which is diamond third Hokage, if you have a diamond you get a skin also, and I'll explain it in a second. So if you have a bronze third Hokage, you're gonna get Toad Sage times 20 and level 6 Pro Scroll Package times 5. You have silver, you're gonna get the third Ninja Suit. You have gold, you're gonna get the Diamond Cudgel. If you have diamond, you're gonna get the skin called Shinobi World War Hiruzen Sarutobi. Now, the skin comes with a skill which is called 5 Elements Unseal. With probability, make all allies immune to debuff for 1 round and increase allies ninjutsu and defense to anti-jutsu defense for 2 rounds. So, I mean, the skin looks kind of cool, I'll admit that, but the skill itself doesn't seem particularly useful. All it really does is it has a chance, keep in mind, it has a chance to make you immune to a debuff for 1 round. Other than that, it increases your ninjutsu and taijutsu defense for 2 rounds. But I mean, at the end of the day, ninjutsu and taijutsu defense are not particularly good, to be completely honest. But I mean, it could be interesting. So yeah, like I said, the Diamond Kojo and the third ninja suit go to tier 4. So the Diamond Kojo, tier 4, it gives Sarutobi, well, the third Hokage, it gives them an extra 87k HP, 26k ninjutsu attack, and at the end of the round, it also releases a skill called Adamantite Staff. And what that does, it deals massive damage in a line towards your enemies and has a chance to dizzy your enemies for 1 round. And then there's the third ninja suit at tier 4. It gives the third Hokage an extra 75k HP, 24k ninjutsu attack. It also releases a skill called Earth Style Water, Fire, Dragon, Flame Bullet at the end of the round. What it does, it's an AoE attack, which means that it attacks all enemies. Area of effect, basically. It attacks all of the enemies, and it decreases as a probability of either dizzying your enemies or doing a fire debuff for 1 round. Now the 11th Sharingan, if you equip it to Danzo, he gets 103k extra HP at tier 4, and it also has a chance to release a skill called Inazagi, which right before you get under attack, it blocks an active or unique skill once. Now, I've never actually seen Inazagi being cast, even though I have tier 3, which says the same thing. Only difference is that it has a lower HP bonus. So, I mean, I'm not even sure whether it works or not, but if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, eh. So root confidential letter. So this is shoot 'em. This is how you get Danzo. Honestly, quite fast. You get 30 tries at getting it. Basically, you can get 31 confidential letters per day. Just get as many as possible. Do any of the dungeons and get your 31, and then open them, and you'll get a bunch of Danzo fragments. Possibly a purple card, and sometimes 2 purple cards, enough to make those. So, I mean, this is how you get Danzo fairly fast. Now, if you recharge for any amount during this event, you're going to get Danzo for 3 days, keep in mind. So, you, at the very least, you have to recharge $1 today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. And then continuous recharge for 500 gold will give you 4k rare ore. Now, I mean, that's actually rather good if you think about it, because 4k rare ore is still 4k rare ore. But at the same time, it's 500 gold, which is quite a bit. Now, if you recharge, your first 220 gold recharge will give you 1/3 Hokage. If you do a gold 10 draw, it's Danzo. It says daily first time. I would just say only once per this event, because they have a nasty habit of fucking us over when it comes to that. So the recharge, honestly, it's a little iffy, because it's mostly for Danzo. If you want to get the 3rd Hokage, you have to really recharge quite a bit. And while this event's nice, I suppose, for recharging, because you do get a lot of rare ore, a lot of recharge coupons, and quite a few Will of Fires, the thing about it is the fact that, well, the 3rd Hokage is a bit of a pain in the ass to train up. You need basically 4 purple cards every time you're training up the 3rd Hokage. So, I mean, you can grind him out. He's totally free. It just takes a fuck ton of stamina to do so. But I mean, if you want to recharge, it would make it a lot easier, I suppose. But either way, it would cost quite a bit. Now, the consumption event, I mean, it's a decent consumption event, I suppose. As you can see here, it's so basically you just get tauntauns. It's a cheap consumption event. If you want to get all of the 3rd Hokage skills, it's only 10k, which is really, really cheap. 12k if you want the passive. But the thing is the fact that, well, for example, the 15k consumption reward, you can get that for gold Danzo, which is fairly easy to get during this event, especially if you recharge. The 3rd Hokage is a pain in the ass to grind out, but I mean, doesn't exactly do anything, the passive. I mean, it makes him a little stronger, but it doesn't actually help you out that much, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the skills aren't particularly good, so it's like, eh. If you want to get the items, go ahead, but make sure you have like at least a gold 3rd Hokage if you're gonna do so, because otherwise you're not gonna get the actual items. You're only getting the refining materials. But apart from that, that's really about it for this video. I was bored and I tested this out, so I found out that apparently Madara Uchiha can overclock, but for whatever reason I have to put him in this formation. It can't be like this, it has to be like this by force. But I can solo the 8 tails with this team like this. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Obviously it's a little luck based. Not the 8 tails, the 9 tails, I mean, sorry. Obviously it's a little luck based, but you know, everything is in this game, I suppose. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Why? Because I just thought it was interesting. Oh, I have the Magatama fan, which gives Madara Uchiha the ability to return any skill. I thought it was interesting that the higher that Madara's ninjutsu attack goes, the more damage he does. And shit, I fucked up because it looks like not Danzo, but Orochimaru might die. Well, probably is gonna die. So making this a little harder to do. Yeah, see. Hmm. That's always a pain. But let's see. Yeah, see 34 million. Um Normally that's the highest he can go, but I mean, if he got another red curse seal, he would go even higher to like 60 million. I think the highest I was able to get him was 40 million. Not 40 million, I mean 100 million critical. Which is good because, I mean, that's real damage. And as you just saw, he returned the attack and it dealt a 5 million worth of damage, which I just thought was interesting, basically. Like, I mean, if Madara had enough ninjutsu attack and defense, fairly sure he could solo the Nine Tails. As it stands right now, I mean, it's not gonna happen, but, yeah, see, 5 million. Um, Actually, one of the times I was doing this, Madara actually did a 40 million critical on a return, on a debuff, I mean, rebound attack like this, like, that just did 8 million, so, I mean, that's just interesting, I suppose, to me only. But 17 million, yeah, they're not going to be able to do enough damage. Oh well. But, yeah, with enough conditions, correct conditions, like, they can solo it. I did it, like, twice. Well, not solo, I suppose, but you know what I'm saying. So, let's see, YouTube and daily Q&A, and then I think that's about it for this video, really. Not much else to it, so I'm actually going to go ahead and lower the volume because... And there we go. So pause that. And here, wait, I want to check something. Shit. Do you think that Gold Kakashi and Gold Obito is the equivalent to one Gold Tobirama when it comes to damage in war? Everyone fully equipped and only one passive. Not even close, Jim. Yeah, I actually responded to this one instantly. Because, well, as soon as I saw it, basically. Because, yeah, nobody actually can compare to Tobirama except for maybe Naruto, Sasuke, and that's really about it when it comes to damage. Only those two guys can actually even come close to comparing to, what's his name, to Tobirama in the Ninja World War when he's, you know, fully decked out. Oh my god, that Diamond Naruto looks beautiful. Thank you, Panda. Hey Luis, I was wondering what the best active skill for Suzuka Kakashi is, and also wondering what level your clan is. My clan is level 12, I think, last time I checked. I'm not quite sure how close we are to level 13. Yeah, we're level 12. Very far away from level 13, as far as I can tell. Yeah, we're level 12. Let's see. And what's the best active for Suzuka Kakashi? So if you have Suzuka Kakashi Gold, the best active for him is actually Lightning Cutter Kamui. But if not, he's probably better off without an active, because they're not particularly useful when it's in purple card form. If you want a little more extra DPS, I suppose you could put in the active skill called Kamui, which you can get from the shop for 500 gold, but at the end of the day, it's not exactly powerful. It's a little weak. Compared to most things. This is the thing that I was talking about. Causing ninjutsu damage to an enemy increases self-dodge. Lightning release times 3 and Mangekyo Sharingan times 2. So, I mean, it's a level 75 pass active. So, I mean, there's that. And let's see, with level 90 active for Kakashi and Obito be better in Ninja World War than the level 105 active. So, actually, Lightning Cutter would be better in the, war simply because it's 100% stun, and added into the fact that it does more damage. The thing about Kamui, it's useful, but I'm beginning to realize it's more useful for PvP than actual Ninja World War, because active still triggers Susano from Kakashi if you have his passive skill called Susano on him. Normally that would be a good thing. You activate Susano and Kakashi is basically immune to damage for about 2 or 3 rounds. The problem being is that he can't release his active skill for about 3 rounds when he's like that. Now, whenever you're dealing with active Kamui, the best strategy to keep it going is to apply every other turn. So every one turn. So one turn yes, one turn no. And the problem if you can't release actives for 2 turns, for 3 turns, that means that you can't reapply Kamui, which means that by the time you come back, especially in the Ninja World War, if they manage to get a Taijutsu hit on you, your card is dead because they basically one hit KO at that point. So that's why it's best to have Lightning Cutter um other than active Kamui. Can you do a video of all your cards that you have them and review them? Jordy, it'd be a little hard. Simply because, well, the video would probably be like 2 hours long at the very least, and you have to keep in mind that my cards are usually shifting. Um, Not so much nowadays, but back when I first started making this video, like I got a new card every other day. And I did quite a few reviews for them, but the problem when you get new cards, most of the time they're not fully decked out. I prefer to make, for example, whenever I do a showcase, I more often than not like to do the showcase when they're fully leveled up and when I have all of the items. That's why I haven't done an Obito showcase, because even though my Obito is nearly fully leveled up and all geared out, he's still missing his ring, which is why I still haven't done it. Let's see, I think I have a new question. How do you get this on Android? Um, I got it off the Android market. You could probably email the devs for a link, but yeah, that's really how you do that. So yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to do and review cards because all of the cards have their uses. Some cards are a lot more useful than others, but sometimes you have to look at it objectively. Can this card, for example, Itachi Uchiha, while not the strongest card when it comes to damage output, he is the best card when it comes to stunning. For example, Sakura and Tsunade, while not the best card for damage output, once again, it is those two are the best cards for healing, and depending on the conditions, possibly even damage output. So it's a little hard to get things completely figured out or to showcase them or review them when it has so many uses. And another thing, I don't think that you particularly want to stay like 3 or 4 hours listening to me rattle on and on and on about my cards. Like, that's why I have showcases for like 1 hour at the most, possibly an hour and a half, for you to listen about how I test out the card, its advantages, disadvantages, and such things. That was a different ability that you read. There's an ability near the back of the shop called Flank Thunder got Space Barrier. It's a Minato and Tobirama, and it's a passive. I'm also on iOS, so IDK if you have the ability on Android, thank you. Yeah, Obito doesn't have the bloodline. It's not the same bloodline as Minato or Tobirama. This is a bloodline that Obito has here. Right here, this is the space time for for Minato. He has space time, but it's a different icon. And for Tobirama, I think I skipped him. Same thing, space time, but different icon. So I mean, even though they have the same name, if it has a different icon, you're more than likely not gonna get it. Let's see, which one were you talking about then? Yeah, Flying Thunder God, Space Barrier. Um, yeah, this one won't particularly work for you, man, because it's for Minato and Tobirama, not for Obito. It has the same name, the Bloodline, but it just doesn't have the same icon, and that's why it won't work. It's an annoying thing, but I mean, it would really make Obito overpowered if he had that passive. And let's go on. Luis, I just made a new account, and I was wondering what cards do you recommend me getting to pass hard dungeons. The cards I use right now are Naruto Uzumaki, Sage, Sasuke Uchiha Chunin, Sakura Chunin, maybe Danzo Silver, Haku, and Bronze Zabuza. But do you have any idea who I should get or replace? I'm thinking of getting Sage Kabuto when I beat the second trial dungeon, so I can get snake fragments faster. I also got Danzo from the new event. Sometimes I get stuck on dungeons 14 plus. I have Jonin items on all of them as well. Um, I would recommend for you to save up gold and just really save up a lot of gold. by a lot, I mean a good 50, 60,000. And just save that up. And if you're committed to doing Naruto, to, upgrading Naruto, then save up until you can get Naruto, all of Naruto's items up to gold and such. But when it comes to damage output, the card that I would recommend for you to upgrade would be Sasuke or Naruto, because Akuruma Naruto gets a decent skill. It's not the best, but it's a decent skill. Um, if you're really looking into doing a lot more damage than you are right now, get Strongest Father and Son Naruto, which is a skin that comes with a skill that's very, very useful. It does a very large amount of damage, especially in the earlier dungeons. And for Sasuke, get the Indra arrow Sasuke, because while it doesn't do as much damage as the Strongest Father and Son in the beginning of the battle, by the end of it, it will do a lot more damage than the Strongest Father and Son. So those would be the two best cards to get. Now, if you're getting stuck at 14 plus, I would actually just recommend for you, when you get to 15, to do Crying Country as many times as you can. Just get as many Hanzo fragments as you can. Get them to gold if possible. And once you get to gold, you're gonna have a card that's very powerful when it comes to damage output. And while not the best card for damage output, it will probably get you past quite a few of the earlier dungeons. And once you get a gold Hanzo, because if you do, you're more than likely gonna have 20 plus of the Sharingan from Madara. Then go to chapter 13 and then do Death of Obito. And grind out Death of Obito until you have 30 of the first Hokage cell. And then you can create a purple card of Madara. Now, the purple card Madara isn't particularly useful or as powerful as the six path Madara. That's just not how that works. But it does do a decent amount of damage, and the flame debuffs are rather nice. So, yeah, work on getting but gold Hanzo, and you should get a little further, save up gold, and that's about all the advice I can give you right about now. Do you think that gold Kakashi no Obito is the equivalent to one gold Tobirama? Once again, nope, not even close. Maybe a gold Naruto and a gold Sasuke Uchiha might compare to a gold Tobirama, and that's a big might. But I doubt it. Tobirama's on another league of his own completely. It would be, to give you an example of the damage output, like in terms of the difference between Obito and Kakashi against Tobirama when it comes to damage output, to give you an idea of just how much more powerful Tobirama is. It would be like comparing a green card Naruto, the very first Naruto that you get in the beginning of the game, to a gold Naruto, basically. To a diamond Naruto who is fully geared out with as much ninjutsu attack as it possibly can have. That's really the closest thing that you can get to, because Tobirama is in a completely different league of his own. That's why I'm aiming for Diamond Tobirama. That's why a lot of cards, not cards, but a lot of people can get to level 112, 115 on the Ninja World War. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Not much else to tell. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you don't. I appreciate you watching. And you know what? Just to give another example, at Purple Card, my Tobirama has been able to do like 100 million worth of damage towards the middle of the battle. 100 million worth of damage, and keep in mind that's Purple Card. That's not even at its most powerful form. At its peak, I'm fairly sure he breaks the damage bar every time he releases his unique skill past the halfway stage in the Ninja World War. So I should tell you just how powerful Tobirama is. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you don't. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.